Michelle Cromer. This is your Creating a Meaningful Life Tip of the Week. I got a really interesting question from a viewer, and she said, ever since she's become spiritually awake, she's having the hardest time finding love. So I'm going to give you an answer, kind of paraphrase what I think and what I've heard other people say. It's because you're not seeking completion anymore. You are already complete. Now that sounds wonderful in theory, and in many ways it is. There's a tremendous freedom in not needing others to validate your existence. But there's also a price. And the price is this: you can no longer play the old game. You can no longer pretend that all those theatrical performances of conventional romance are real. You can't fake being swept away when you see too clearly how the sweeping is done. This is where loneliness comes in. Not the loneliness of being physically alone. That's easy. You can sit with yourself for hours and feel perfectly content. No, this is a different kind of loneliness. It's the loneliness of seeing through the game that everyone else seems to still be playing. It's like being the only adult at a children's party. The children are having a wonderful time. They're completely absorbed in their games, but you just can't join them. Not because you don't want to, not because you can't. It's just because you can't make yourself believe in the games any longer, because they're not real. You meet someone, they're attractive, they're interesting, they seem to like you. And in the old days, this is where the story would begin. The story of pursuit and conquest, of longing and fulfillment, of two people finding each other in the vastness of the world. But now, you see the story before it even starts. You see how it will unfold. The initial intoxication, the gradual revelation of flaws, the negotiation of means, the slow recognition that neither of you can give the other what they're looking for because what they're looking for doesn't exist outside themselves. And so you hesitate, not out of fear, but out of clarity. You can't walk into a trap when you already see it so plainly. You can't drink the poison when you know what's in the cup. And this hesitation, this inability to throw yourself into the old drama, well, it sets you apart, and others sense it. They feel that you are not playing by the usual rules, and you know what, y'all? It makes them a little uncomfortable, or it makes them curious. But either way, it creates distance. Here's what no one tells you about being awake. It raises your standard. Before, you might have been content with someone who made you laugh, someone who found you attractive, someone who filled the evenings with conversation. But not now. That's just not enough. You're looking for something else. Something that has, well, no name. Because you're not seeking completion anymore. You're already complete. So don't lose hope. There's going to be other awake people seeking other awake people. You just have to find them. And I've always seemed to find them in sacred sites. Y'all ask me more questions at Michelle@michellekromer.com. Thanks, y'all.